Hello.
And thank you for doing my podcast, Wilde On.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Of course, it's lovely to meet you. Can you please tell our listeners your name and where exactly you live?
Okay, Nor Diana, or known me as Nor Phoenix Diana. I am born, bred, and raised in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
Now, wait, I'm 21.
21?
21. Yeah,
Wow.
21.
And how old were you when you discovered wrestling?
uh, well, I think I discovered like around when I was like 5 or 6 years old, but I
Oh,
never was a fan. I think I only became a fan when I was 14 years old.
okay.
So it started when I play video games with my brother on PSP, the PlayStation Portable.
Yes.
So from there, I started watching WWE weekly.
Ah, so it was WWE that got you inspired.
Yep.
Okay. And at what point did you decide that Noor was going to be a professional wrestler?
Ah, like I don't know, because I've never been to any sport. So like wrestling is like the only sports that I've been into. So I think there was the point like I feel like I did not have much going.
Yeah.
I was not pursuing anything. So like it's just like me trying to survive high school. So I think around 16 years old when I was still in high school, I was like, oh, so yes, why not just give it a try. And then I fell in love with it.
Wow. Now, in your school, was there a big community or was there a lot of people that you knew that were into professional wrestling?
I know some
Yeah.
of my school friends, but they were guys, but like we are not close friends or anything, like that's like the my classmate or something like that. But yeah, I think for girls during my high school it's only me.
Okay.
Like it was like kind of weird, like and then like sometimes I always talk about wrestling with my close friend, and then like they was like, oh, okay, can you stop talking about wrestling? I was like, okay, sorry.
It's incredible because in North America, wrestling is everywhere. Everybody knows about professional wrestling. And
Yeah.
although I would say there's probably more men that are interested in it, there's lots of women. But I imagine growing up in Malaysia, there's not many women who are into the sport.
Nope. I mean, like they love wrestling, but I don't think like they wanted to do pro wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
So then how old were you when you started training?
I was started training when I was 16 years old.
16.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, how do your parents feel about it?
uh, Supportive. But my late mother, like she wasn't really supportive because like she was worried more about me. But
Of
then
course.
she came to my first show, and since then I converted her to becoming a fan. Yeah.
And now does she love it?
Yeah.
Is she your number one
So
fan?
yeah, she always came to my show and watch me. Except during that's like one show when I won my first championship, and my whole family didn't came for the event. It's like, oh.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. So being that
Yeah.
we know that pro wrestling is not that popular in Malaysia, not like it is in North America. Now you've decided you're going to
Yeah.
become a professional wrestler. What have been some of the challenges, do you think, as a woman in the sport in Malaysia?
Personally, I think for me, it's like I feel like one of the obvious is physical limini- uh, limitation for me.
Yeah,
I am not strong and athletic as the rest in the class when I
right.
first started. So, but then as I improve in those, I feel like it was difficult for me to get bookings,
Okay.
especially when I'm all cover up. And then there was like a time when people wondered if I was a little boy underneath the mask. So I was like, okay. It was a bit disheartening to see like my friends get easily booked well while I didn't. So I was like, yeah.
It's funny. You say that being thought of as a little boy under the mask was disheartening. To me, I think that's a huge compliment because they can't tell
Yeah.
you move
Yeah, there
as
was like a
well.
big mystery behind the mask. Yeah.
I think that's awesome, especially in a place like Mexico where lucha libre, it's such a respectful thing to wear the mask, and it's like a rite of passage. And you did this kind of, you're a trailblazer. It's absolutely incredible.
Thank
So
you so much.
yeah, oh goodness. And I think it's interesting as well that for you you didn't feel physically strong enough, or you weren't as physically strong as the men in the class. But I think you must have been the mental strength you must have had to walk
Yeah.
into a school as a woman. Were you the first female student of that school?
Uh, no, I was, I think, the fourth female student.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but the rest was not, because like the rest was Chinese and Indian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you are the first female professional wrestler to wear a hijab.
Yeah.
So that is an incredible accolade. What
Thank
does
you.
wearing hijab mean to you in life and professional wrestling?
I feel like I am able to be myself without caring about stereotypes. Like I don't succumb to the pressure of having to take it out just to wrestle. And I think like I kind of like prove that hijab is not an obstacle for me to not wrestle. Because like before I joined, I had this thought like, oh, maybe like wrestling's not for me because like I wear hijab. But then I was like, oh, yeah, like hijab is not like something that can stop me from doing what I love. So yeah, maybe like I have proved to the world that I am like true to myself.
Are you ever true to yourself? That's, you're not fitting in any box. You've made your own Nor box. It's absolutely I keep saying incredible, but I can't think of a word bigger, magnificent,
Oh, thank you.
inspiring. I just think so much for many of us that are in professional wrestling. We feel like we don't really fit in anywhere in life. And then we find wrestling and we're like, ooh, this is where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, that
And
is so true.
I can only imagine for other women, young women, middle-aged women, doesn't matter, who wear a hijab, who have never seen a woman in professional sport. And you're the person that could potentially inspire them to try something they never thought they could do. So thank you for being an incredible risk taker and being the first to do it.
Ah, thank you. Because I never thought that my involvement in pro wrestling like could change something and then like could make an impact in pro wrestling. So yeah, I mean like until now like I'm still a bit shocked like oh like I did something like in the pro wrestling world. It's like okay, that's cool.
Yes. Well, goodness, you made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. That is massive. Can you
Thank you.
can you tell me a little bit about that experience and what the actual article was about?
Okay, so like funny story behind this. So like this was when I was in London.
Mhm.
I found out that my coach had nominated me for the list,
Oh, wow.
and I wasn't happy because he made the decision without consulting me first. And then like we had a big argument.
Oh,
But
really?
then like yeah, because like I don't know, because like for me like if like maybe like if there's like a interview or something like I need to be known first, so like before he decide to do something.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so like he coached me and then we went through the process anyways, and then fast forward a few months later, I was told that I made the list and I had to do the interview and photo shoot. It was a surreal experience for me, and I am like honestly sad that it did not came out in the time for my late mother to see it. So yeah,
Oh, so she was able to see it?
no,
Oh, I'm so sorry.
it's okay. Because
I'm so sorry.
I was supposedly uh like planned to be in London in December 2019 until May 2020.
Yes,
But then I had to go back to Malaysia in February because like my late mother. Yeah,
yes.
and then like the news came out in April.
Oh my goodness. So it was a very bittersweet time.
It is, yeah.
Oh,
It was, yeah.
oh. You're a very strong, strong woman, very inspiring. So so back to professional wrestling. How many days a week do you train at the wrestling school?
I usually train like a 3 sessions a week. Yeah.
Okay. For how long are the classes?
Usually about like 4 to 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And then what? That's long.
Yeah.
Wow. And then what about at the workout gym, fitness gym? How many days a week are you there?
um Workout, I do a full body workout 4 times a week. I usually go in the morning because like less people.
Wow.
Yeah.
You
Empty
are
gym.
really training hard right now. And are you working a full-time, part-time job, or are you in school as well?
Also, before I fly to London, I quit my full-time job just to wrestle.
Wow.
Yeah. And then like when I came back here, I was jobless. And yeah, and then like during the pandemic,
Yes.
so like my coach, like has started the new company called APEC Wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah. So September last year, I am like the first signee to actually like do a full-time pro wrestler. So
Wow.
yeah, I can say now that my work is now is professional wrestler, like pro
That's
wrestler full-time.
incredible. So are you in Malaysia now or are you in London?
Oh, I am in Malaysia now.
Okay. Is there any wrestling schools in Malaysia or was it in London that you did your training?
So I train here in Malaysia. It called Malaysia Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
But now in Malaysia we have two promotion. One is Malaysia Pro Wrestling, and another one is APEC Wrestling. APEC
Oh,
Wrestling stands for Asia Pacific Wrestling.
okay. Now you wrestled Shazza McKenzie, who's been on the show. Was
Yeah.
so she came to Malaysia then?
Yeah, I think she came in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was still wearing a mask. So it was like a bit
Ah,
different. Yeah, a bit different character there.
interesting.
Yeah.
How many matches do you think you've had at this point?
How many matches? So like this year may have been like my 5th year in pro wrestling.
Yes.
But I think like because of uh lack of shows in the region,
Yes.
I have like under 100 shows. Yeah.
Wow, good for you. Now, with your mask, you don't wear a mask anymore.
And nope.
Okay. Did you have a match where you lost your mask or your character has just
Yeah.
changed? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stipulation was if I lose a mask, or I don't remember what's the stipulation, but yeah, I lost the match, and then yeah, and then that's it. I have to unmask.
Now, has it been a different experience wrestling as a woman who doesn't have a mask versus one that has a mask? Has it changed your style or how you feel when you enter the ring?
So when I was wearing a mask, it was fun because some of the fans knew that I was wearing a hijab, but some of them didn't know that like I was wearing a hijab. So I mean like it was fun because like they don't know like who who was underneath the mask. And then I remember when I lose the match, I have to take out the mask like in front of the fans.
Oh,
And that, yeah, I was like sad and happy. I was sad because the mask was already a part of my journey.
right.
I was happy because I feel like I like started a new journey.
Yeah.
And I remember like the crowd was chanting like, "Oh no, it's okay, you don't have to take out your mask, we understand."
Oh,
Yeah, and yeah,
the
and
love.
yeah, the love and support was crazy. And yeah, and I was crying in the ring as well when I took out the mask. Yeah.
It's so funny. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess I've never spoke to anyone who's of Malaysian descent, but it doesn't matter where you're from in the world. Everything you experience as a professional wrestler, your family, like I've talked to you for merely 15, 20 minutes at this point, and I feel like I know you. We've gone through so
Oh.
many similar experiences.
Yeah.
Uh, so one thing that I find a little bit humorous is with women in North America who don't wear a hijab that I know of,
Mhm.
we have things that we have to worry about, like keeping our women bits inside of our top.
Mhm.
We use
Mhm.
tape. Some of us wear
Yeah.
wigs or hair extensions.
Yeah. Uh,
Is it challenging to keep your hijab on while you wrestle?
it is. Because like because like my gear during training and show is different.
Ah,
So like my gear during training is like more secure than my gear during a match, uh because like my gear for a match like have to be, like something like larger than life character, like
yep,
more colors, yeah, like very different from my training gear.
yes.
uh yeah, I mean, like it's hard like to keep it on, but I try. But like so far, like it has been okay. Like
Good.
it has never been like took off or anything.
Okay. Have you had to
Yeah,
try a bunch of different things over the years to keep it more secure, or you're just praying that it doesn't come off?
I was just praying that it doesn't come off, but I have tried before I joined wrestling, because I remember like before I joined wrestling, I had tried out for tomorrow, and then the day before, like I've tried like different things to keep my hijab on. Yeah,
Yes.
those days. Yeah,
So, like anything with us women, it's a work in progress.
yeah,
So now that you're 21, you started training when you're 16.
yeah.
How has professional wrestling changed you as a person?
Like pro wrestling has changed me in like different aspect. I feel like I am more confident. Like even though I am still a little bit shy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it has definitely like changed me. Like like I think like I've um like level up in the sense of like my personal life. Yeah,
Okay. So
I've
it's
gained more confidence. Yeah.
so professional wrestling has given you that extra boost of confidence.
Yeah, true. Because like when I was in high school, like I am an introvert person. I've never really like talked to people. Like I was always the quiet one.
Okay.
Yeah,
That we always say it's the quiet ones that you got to worry about.
I know, right? And I don't know, like it's gonna be me.
It's the quiet ones that turn into superheroes.
Yeah, literally.
Now, when you first started training, was there any other women in your class?
Yeah, there was two or three. Yeah, but then like as the year progressed,
Yes.
like um there's only come to terms like where only like I was the only one left.
Okay.
So yeah, I've trained with the guys as well. So.
Wow. And what have you learned with training with mostly men? What have you learned as a person?
Oh, I think um I don't know. I think like it made me learn faster because
Okay,
like my coach like he never treat me different.
perfect.
Like if the guys have to do 50 push-up, then so I had to do like without my knees on the mat, and so like he pushes the guys like he pushes me like how he would push the guys. So yeah.
Excellent. I think that that is how I trained as well. There was only
Mm.
myself and one other woman. And when you walk into a wrestling school, if it's a good school, male, female, ostrich, dog, cat, you should all be trained exactly the same.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that is true. Yeah,
that's great to hear. Now,
I can relate to you.
um, so your wrestling costume, it's changed. We said you had a mask before, now you don't have a mask. What was the inspiration of designing your costume? How did you choose it?
So about my costume, like my coach helped me to design the costume, and
Oh,
I
okay.
chose the colors and the motif to fit my taste and character.
Uh-huh.
It was a collaborative effort, and he made me feel like involved to the, like the gear. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So outside of wrestling, that's what I'm always most curious about. What are some things in your life that you like outside of wrestling?
I'm a simple girl. I enjoy shopping online, binge watching series, and I also like to study a bit of the science of skincare and beauty. And I
Girl.
currently now
Yep.
pick up an understanding nutrition and science of hypertrophy.
Good for you. And I have
Yeah.
been waiting for the opportune moment to say it, but your skin is glowing. Whatever you're
Oh,
doing is
thank
gorgeous.
you. No, it's just the camera effect.
No, 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 because my skin doesn't look like that. You have
No,
gorgeous
probably
skin.
because it's night here.
Well, I want to compliment you because, when we first talked about making this interview happen, you were a little bit worried about your English, and your English is fabulous. You have nothing to worry about.
I don't know, cause like to be honest, like I have like turned down a quite interview like on a podcast as well. So yeah,
Hey, I'm the first. Yay.
yay.
Well,
So yeah, I feel like yeah.
I really hope you'll pursue doing more interviews in the future because I think you're a superstar and I want the whole world to know about Nor the Phoenix.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I have to do more.
So every episode, I like to end it the same way. I do my 10 tailor-made questions. It's a little bit of a speed round, but don't feel like there's any rush to
Okay,
answer the questions. Are you ready to play?
let's go.
Okay. Name one beauty product you cannot live without.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, it
What?
cut out. Can you name one beauty product you
My
cannot?
line was a bit slow.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
okay. Can you
my
hear
line was
me?
a bit slow.
Can you hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me
Okay,
okay?
now, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Name one beauty product you cannot live without.
Sunscreen,
Good one. What is your favorite exercise?
leg press.
What is your biggest pet peeve? So something that annoys you.
If someone turns up late,
I think that's probably the most common answer amongst
right?
wrestlers.
I hate that.
Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, Harry Styles. Who doesn't love Harry Styles?
Who doesn't? Truly.
Right?
What is your favorite band or artist?
I like boy band. Pretty much One Direction, Harry Styles.
I love it. Do you have a secret vice, like drinking a glass of wine in the shower?
I enjoy eating chocolate chip drip drenched in chocolate sauce while binge watching series.
Love it. A girl of
Yes.
sugar. What professional wrestler has the best entrance music?
I have to say my coach, Shaukat.
Okay. What is your drink of choice? Doesn't have to be alcoholic.
Oh, I just like to drink water and lemon.
Water and lemon, you're so healthy.
I try to be now.
Something to balance out the chocolate chip cookies drenched in chocolate sauce.
Yep, true.
What was your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
I think when I made my debut in If Pro Wrestling, I slipped during my entrance. It was
Oh
so embarrassing. Yeah.
no. So your first
It's like that
time.
was like the first impression. It's like, oh my god,
Oh,
why did I do it to myself?
poor
It was so
thing.
embarrassing.
But you got back up, you shook it off, and you've been better since.
Yep. Yep. Learn from my mistake.
Okay,
Never
last.
never have to rush.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yep.
You've got all the time in the world.
Yep.
Okay, finish this lyric. Ready? Watermelon sugar.
Hi, watermelon
Yeah.
sugar high. I yay hairstyles.
Okay, well, sweetheart, you are absolutely adorable. This was such a pleasure. Um, if you ever need any help, if you ever need a friend in North America, please,
Sure.
please, please contact me anytime. I would love to be your liaison, your female mentor. I would like to do anything I can do to help you. You're an absolute treat.
Sure. Like my goal is like after this pandemic's over, I wanted to travel like the US and wrestle there. So yeah.
Awesome. Then let's make that happen.
Yep.
Okay. Well, honestly, you did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much
Oh,
for doing
thank you so
this.
much. Thank you for having me.